A 73-year-old mother in Singapore, Hasma Sulong, was sentenced to 17 years and 10 months in jail after treating an intellectually disabled woman like a slave by chaining and torturing her for over a year. The victim reportedly suffered various forms of abuse, including having her toes twisted, teeth knocked out, being chained to the toilet, and splashed with hot water. Her daughters and son were also jailed for being involved in the abuse. The victim, who had run away from home, sought refuge with Hasma's family. However, she was turned into a slave after she had enraged one of Hasma's daughters. For more than a year and a half, from mid-2016 until 2018, Hasma and her two daughters, Hasniza and Haslinda Ismail, tortured the victim, who was 27 years old at the time of the abuse. Haslinda claimed that the victim had tried to make a move on her husband. In retaliation, they broke the victim's toe, knocked out her teeth, and splashed boiled water on her. Despite the victim suffering burns, blisters, and being unable to control her bladder, the family did not take her to a doctor. Instead, they applied Dettol and cream to her wounds. Accusing the victim of stealing, Hasma chained her up. She also had one of her sons attach a metal plate with a hook to a wall to keep her restrained. The victim was forced to stay chained between 8 and 12 hours every day. She also had to clean the house every morning before she could eat breakfast. She was once taken to clean a house in Malaysia, where Haslinda splashed hot oil on her. Later on, the victim was chained to the toilet bowl because she couldn't control her bowels. In January 2018, she started oozing dark liquid from her mouth and nose, and her wounds started oozing pus. She was finally hospitalized in a seriously ill condition and was expected to die the next day due to pneumonia and sepsis from the wounds. However, she managed to be revived after an 8-hour resuscitation in the emergency department. The victim was discharged from the hospital after over 3 months but continues to suffer permanent injuries, including the loss of 10 teeth, lasting vision problems in her right eye, and a deformed ear. The Institute of Mental Health also revealed that she was diagnosed with mild intellectual disability, which affected her ability to seek help. Deputy Public Prosecutor Ng Jun Chong noted that the victim appeared passive and did not resist when the women twisted her toes. He added that even a child might have put up more resistance. Mr. Chong, along with prosecutors Mr. Han Ming Kwang and Ms. Grace Chua, requested a sentence of 17 to 19 years jail term for Hasma. Hasma admitted to 5 charges related to the abuse. Several other charges were considered. Her defense lawyer, Amaric Gill, asked for a 15-year sentence instead, urging the court to consider his client's age and her plea of guilt. He pointed out that Hasma admitting guilt helped the traumatized victim by avoiding a tough cross-examination. The plea also saved court time and stopped 49 prosecution witnesses from having to testify. The lawyer was aware of the serious harm suffered by the victim from Hasma and her family. He made it clear that his plea for leniency was not meant to downplay the victim's experience or investigate the details of what caused the conflict. He told the judge that sentencing Hasma would result in closure for her, her family, and the victim. Due to Hasma's unemployment and apparent lack of financial resources, the prosecution did not seek a compensation order. Justice Valerie Thean described the offenses as extremely serious and said she would have imposed consecutive sentences if her age wasn't taken into account, making her jail term exceed 20 years. Hasma was allowed to see her family before being taken to jail. Her prison term is the longest among all her family members involved. In 2021, Haslinda faced a sentence of 8.5 years for her role in the abuse, while Hasniza was sentenced to 3 years. Their brothers, Muhammad Iskandar Ismail and Muhammad Iski Ismail, received sentences of 8 months and approximately 3 months, respectively, due to their lesser involvement in the abuse. If you found this news coverage informative and shocking, please comment below, share your thoughts, like the video, and subscribe to our channel, 2230. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Your support means a lot to us.